Alright, now today I wanted to delve into the stranger side of comics with comics produced by Tandy Computers and Radio Shack. That's right, that Radio Shack, the only business that was more surprised that it went out of business than its customers who knew beforehand. But let's give Radio Shack a little bit of credit now. The comics were actually printed by none other than Archie Comics, which for some reason is still relevant today, 80 years later. I don't know why people are interested in that ginger-haired little shit. But anyway, moving on to the Radio Shack comics themselves, they were marketed as a way to familiarize consumers and families with the strange new world of computing in the mid to late 80s. The free comics were touted as being able to show consumers the benefits of having a personal computer at home, teaching your kids about science, computer history, and making science just a little bit more fun for your family. They even had computer terminology and fun facts that really seemed like it was a noble idea to educate the consumer about PC computing. This was still rather a foreign idea to many families, even as late as 1985 and 86 when these comics came out, because of the crash of Atari and video games and things like that. So a lot of people were still unfamiliar with this new type of technology. But in reality, it was nothing more than a cheaply marketed idea to just shove Radio Shack consumer products in the face of the consumer. They would see product placement for the new TRS-80, science fair kits, and in each comic you would have an adventure that some kids would be going on, like in this one you had a teacher in a classroom full of students that just got a new computer. They were going to the state science fair where we see earlier on that there's 2 escaped kidnappers on the loose that are out and about. They have a police officer come to their school to tell them about the dangers of not talking to strangers, and his Radio Shack brand pager goes off during the middle of the orientation. Later on, when they get to the science fair, little Susie brings out her Tandy 1000 computer, which I actually had one of those growing up, and their science fair project is nothing but showing how to hook up all the other Tandy and Radio Shack related accessories. Later on, they notice the 2 criminals in the state fair and science fair, and one of the teachers uses her Radio Shack brand portable cellular telephone to call police and let them know that the kidnappers are at the state fair. And I do use the term portable loosely, as the phone is the size of a laptop. Some students go to a nearby computer lab and try to get online as fast as possible, which should have taken all of 30 minutes back in 1986, but they don't even know what to call getting online is. They just call it a emergency information access. So the police show up as the kidnappers are trying to kidnap some of the students, and a chase ensues. One of the crooks says, "You'll never get me alive," and I don't know why he would be saying that, because he's shooting his gun up at the air instead of back at the officer, so no wonder he's caught. They're taken off to jail, and later the school principal rewards the students and calls them heroes for winning the state fair with Radio Shack and Tandy branded technology, and they're celebrated at a local town hall meeting with some asshat giving them a plaque and a trophy for being heroes and ridding the town of these 2 heinous criminals. In reality, these comic books, while they're free and seem to promote the illusion of educating people about consumer electronics at the time, were nothing more than shoddy marketing ploys by Radio Shack, and just nothing more than an excuse to put Radio Shack product placement right in your face. I still think it's neat, though, because this was an era of time where computers weren't a common household item in everybody's house and families, and the internet certainly was far, far from being a common thing. Yet modems and things like that existed, but a lot of families still really weren't sure why you should have a computer in your home, and this in a certain way helped people get used to it. I think it's interesting, and it's definitely something uniquely Radio Shack and uniquely 80s. It's definitely unique to see this approach to educating people towards technology at the time and seeing what a failed company did to try to promote their brand. Hey guys, if you like the video that you just watched, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you do the Facebook or Twitter thing, follow me at #KingRetro. See you next time.